Well, this was late. Okay, so, before we get started with Ghost Rider here, there's some stuff I just want to make clear to everyone. Yes, I do realize that by this point it was supposed to be up a week ago, and for that I apologize. However, unfortunately, some things happened in my life, mainly concerning my radio show that I'm trying to get off the ground, so this kind of got shoved back, and also the data was lost. So, my apologies. Anyways, on with the show. So, Ghost Rider. Depending on how you count, there's about 4 or 5 different Ghost Riders, and if you count the characters that got previous test runs in the Marvel Comics before he officially appeared, the number actually gets higher. Today, we're just going to be focusing on the first Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze debuted in Marvel Spotlight number 5, August of 1972, created by writer-editor Roy Thomas, writer Gary Friedrich, and artist Mike Ploog. He received his own series in 1973, with penciler Jim Mooney handling most of the 9 issues beforehand, and several different creative teams mixed and matched until penciler Don Perlin began a long stint with issue number 26 and was eventually joined by writer Michael Fleischer through issue 58. Johnny Blaze was a stunt daredevil who was the son of Barton Blaze and Naomi Kyle, born in Yukon, Illinois. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name. He spent his early years in the carnival scene, where his parents starred in a stunt show along with Craig Crash Simpson. Johnny's family had ended when his mother walked out on Barton and Johnny and took the family's remaining 2 children, Barbara and Danny, with her. Losing his mother caused Johnny to repress many of his memories of her and his siblings. When his father died in a stunt, Johnny was adopted by Crash and Mona Simpson. The Simpsons helped Johnny by fabricating his past with the hope that it would be less painful than the truth, now believing that his real mother was Carla Blaze, who had died. Johnny became an enthusiastic member of the Simpson clan, growing closer to their daughter Roxanne. The two soon became inseparable, and, as they grew older, their fondness moved beyond family ties. Blaze would eventually join the Simpsons in their own traveling stunt show, the Crash Simpson Stunt Circle Extravaganza. Crash has become a real father figure in Blaze's eyes during this point in his life, and on learning of Crash's life-threatening cancer, Blaze turned to the occult, because hey, that always works well. His studies led him to a spell which supposedly could summon Satan himself. Johnny, however, was unaware that he had in fact summoned Mephisto, who is way too complicated to explain in this episode. In desperation to save Crash, Blaze sold his soul to Mephisto in return for Crash's cancer to be cured. Crash Simpson's cancer was cured and Johnny believed he would live. However, Crash soon died after a stunt trying to jump over 22 cars. Mephisto, when confronted by Blaze over Crash's death, declared that he kept his end of the bargain. Johnny's exact words in the bargain had been for Crash to be spared of the cancer, which was killing him, not for him to live. Though this had been Johnny's intent, true to his word, Mephisto had ensured that Crash had not died of cancer, but instead had lost his life during the failed jump, which Mephisto quickly pointed out when he came to claim his prize. Blaze, still at the mercy of Mephisto, believed that he would lose his soul until Roxanne proclaimed her love for Blaze and drove Mephisto away with her purity of emotion. I'm not kidding. That actually happened. Unaware that Mephisto had bonded him with the demon Zarathos as an act of revenge, which would start Johnny's story as the Ghost Rider. During this time as the Rider, he would also work as a stuntman for a few movie companies and would then lose those powers. For a while, Johnny became a drifter and then an adventurer. He eventually became the owner of his own carnival. In time, he learned of the existence of Daniel Kent as the Ghost Rider, believing the new Ghost Rider to be Xanathos. Johnny traveled to New York City to kill him, and he abducted Keith as well and battled the Ghost Rider. Johnny became convinced that Kent was not Xanathos and aided him against Blackout alongside the Ghost Rider and Spider-Man. Really. Blaze then fought the Hobgoblin and also helped Ghost Rider and the X-Men with the Brood Queen. Seriously, this actually happened. A later confrontation with the forces of evil would lead to Roxanne's death. Blaze would later become a demon hunter and hunt down the demons responsible for her death and kill them all. Roxanne was later discovered to have been resurrected as, or simply transferred into a being named the Black Rose. It's a long story. She was later returned to Johnny despite memory loss in the final issue of the Dan Kitsch series of Ghost Rider. Roxanne's current status is unknown, as she hasn't really appeared in any Ghost Rider comics since or outside of flashbacks, though most recently it's been revealed that her and her children have passed on. Starting over, Blaze eventually found a new job as an accountant, really, and a new girlfriend, Cole. In 2001 Marvel Knight series, The Hammerlane, through it at first seemed he was free from the curse, Johnny would eventually transform back into the Ghost Rider since Zarathos had reconstituted himself and Johnny Blaze despite being turned into stone statues after his battle with the Midnight Suns. Which is where I'm gonna leave it for today. And Marvel fans still can't understand why people find these characters so much more accessible on TV these days. I'm the comic book guy, and I'll catch you guys next time.